You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast.
That was fanciful. You could do like a fancy cat food commercial with that voice.
Thank you. I'm gonna late in the game. I'm gonna usurp Paul Cool in the voice acting game.
Was that like that would be a very specific thing to receive from your high school guidance counselor? It's like, we ran the test, dog, and it turns out cat food commercials for you.
You meow pretty convincingly.
Yeah.
So
just slide it on over.
So you hobo or you do Meow Mix commercials.
Your pick, buddy. Your move.
A show that happens once a week.
Why not both? Why not be a hobo and do Meow Mix commercials?
A meow that happens once a week. A meow that paws by once a week. Where two old guys play old games.
Yeah, it sounds like you're about to do a Tadpog Theater. Are you about to do a Tadpog Theater?
No, we're just doing Castlevania, so I'm like this Dracula thing.
That's how you think Dracula sounds?
Well, it's just this baroque. What is a man?
Yeah.
What is a show hosted by two old guys?
Okay, but that's a different voice than you were using.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's something. It's a thing. It was a half commitment is what it was.
No, oh, okay. Never mind. Then I totally get it.
It was, I'm doing something, I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it at
Just
level.
gonna do it, though. Yeah, it's kind of one of those
I'm going to do
things.
it till someone says something.
Damn it, why'd I say something? I would have loved for you to go into the whole thing like that. Tyler, do you have any beards for this game? Why, yes, I do.
I do, David.
Man, I don't know what happened to Tyler, but I like it.
He sounds like somebody from Frasier.
Yes, and he sounds like Kelsey Grammer trying to do Dracula. Good Lord, Death.
That's good.
I feel like Niles would totally be Death in the Frasier Castlevania parallel, right?
I did enjoy our 4chan on Reddit.
Yeah.
You know, boils on the best of 4chan for your read.
That's so weird. Well, I love it, but it's so weird.
And somebody was talking about their Shadowrun characters, and two people played basically Frasier and Niles Crane.
I fucking love this.
As Shadowrun characters.
I love it.
And going through the description was so fucking good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I fucking love it, man.
Did you just slay that scrag? Yes, look at the pants he was wearing. Oh, understood. Carry on, brother.
God, I fucking love it. Who here misses Frasier? This guy. Me right over here.
Yeah, well, we did our rewatch a few weeks ago.
Yeah. We should do,
Still good.
Instead of the next tabletop RPG game where you said that you wanted to do like River City Ransom, can we just do Frasier? Can we just do straight up a Frasier game?
We could probably make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think everybody would hate that?
Most people, but for some people, they'd be really
For
good.
like two people,
Really
they'd be
good.
like, God, finally, a fucking Frasier actual play. Holy shit. On the Savage Worlds engine? Oh my God.
Savage Worlds or GURPS, yeah. One of those.
Let's totally just like take that Venn diagram and just keep adding circles onto it until we get to half a person. Where it's like this person has to like tabletop games, Frasier, Nick Arcade, Rocco's Modern Life, and
That's so I feel like we're there for most of our audience already.
and Salmon. I had to throw that in there.
Okay. Yep. That's your eliminator.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Well, we are continuing our run through the alphabetically of all the games on the NES Classic. And this week, I said it once, Castlevania.
I'll say it again.
Castlevania, baby.
It's worth saying again.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I hated this game.
Yeah. Me too. Man.
Mm-hmm. That's the worst. I mean, what is a Castlevania anyway? I mean, come on. Makes sense.
I'm just thinking like Pennsylvania, Transylvania. Fuck it. I don't know. I don't know.
Pennsylvania. I guess a castle in Pennsylvania could be Castlevania.
That's a Castlevania.
Do you think castles in Transylvania would get pissed off?
Yes.
When I was a kid and we moved to Pennsylvania, I pretended it was Transylvania for at least a day.
But before we break down all that is Castlevania
and why we hate it so much,
why we just fucking loathe it, we have a package here.
Hey, yeah, look at that. You have an intro bit, I don't, so I'm just going to go ahead and get in front of that and say thank you for sending this package because it's going to count as my intro.
It has Prime Air written across it.
Prime Air?
Prime Air.
Like Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Air?
Error.
Error?
This shit. Yeah, just a bunch
Prime
of bugs.
Error. You got a free box.
We fucked up. Drew your name out of a hat. Man, it'd be awesome if they.
It would be cool. It'd be like going to the dentist's office as a kid. Where it's like, I'd love it if it's like if you like, I wish Amazon like tracked like if you went to a funeral of a loved one or something, and then they're like, all right, you had to do this thing you really didn't want to fucking do. Pick a box. Here, just pick a box.
Did you adult when you didn't want to?
Yeah,
Here.
pick a box. You can have whatever's in
Man,
there.
they would fucking own so much. Oh, okay. Dearest Tyler and Dave, gentlemen.
You're doing the voice again.
Gentlemen, you hold in your hands the finest snack food treats that the United Kingdom's finest chefs can gift us with.
Quick, off the top of your head, top 5 UK chefs.
Gordon Ramsay.
Right? All right, what's the rest of that letter say?
So I'm trying to think. Anybody else with an English accent that I can think of off the top of my head? Chef. No.
Mr. Belvedere?
Mr. Belvedere. For they are so good, they are indeed a gift. And this makes me happy. The drink, pronounced Iron Brew, is ambrosia from the gods.
Ambrosia.
I've always wanted to try that. I've
Iron
heard a lot
Brew?
about it.
Yeah.
Its very existence is a blessing unto humanity. And now you are lucky enough to hold a can. Please decant the heavenly elixir into a glass and appreciate the color and texture. Do not get it on fabric. It will never come out. The other delectable items in this box have been British staples since time immemorial.
British staples?
Yeah.
They eat staples over there?
So good are Monster Munch that the
Monster
flavors
Munch.
were retired and British people revolted, rioting in the streets and raining scorn upon the makers that they brought them back, shamed in their original decision. We have that too. It's called Coke Classic.
Yes.
Twiglets, however, are an acquired taste.
What are those?
Twiglets.
Twiglets? Like
Twiglets.
Twizzlers?
It's like Piglet,
Twizzler piglets.
but you cut him up, yeah.
Wow.
A delicious whole grain snack flavored with the finest ingredients available to produce a one-of-a-kind crunch and flavor that has led the public for generations. So please enjoy these, the finest of treats that have traveled over 4,000 miles to set before you. Also bear in mind that shipping costs a fortune, so not finishing every treat will be an insult to me and my family. Lots of love from the United Kingdom, Ross. Pondus? Well, it's Ross Rachel Green.
Yeah.
Dear listener, Ross Rachel Green.
All right.
Thank you.
How'd you know to send these when we were doing a Castlevania episode? I feel like all
Pretty
these
good.
things are like, okay, Iron Brew, iron, like the gates to Castlevania.
Oh, damn.
Monster Munch. There's monsters in this game. There's tons of monsters
Oh,
in this
man.
game.
You're right.
Twiglets, if there was a tree monster, it might be named Twiglet. Well, I don't think I've ever seen a snack in a black bag like that. That looks like you bought that snack at a sex shop. And they put it in discreet packaging.
See, because I've heard a lot about, on various podcasts, they talk about it a lot on last podcast on the left.
Iron
This
Brew?
is Iron Brew.
It's IRNBRU. From a distance, it almost looks like Iron Brew.
Iron Brew. It is brewed in Scotland to a secret recipe since 1901. And I thought someone said it tasted like bubble gum.
What
I
is
don't know if I remember
this?
that correctly.
Is it a beer?
I think it's a beer.
Is there I don't know what it is.
I don't see, well, maybe it's not. I don't see
It's in a can.
Or they use it as a mixer a lot, maybe. Maybe that's what I'm thinking
It looks
about.
like an Orange Crush.
Yep.
Like it's just this bright orange can that is about the size of a soda. I'm not used to seeing beer in a soda-sized can. But a name like Iron
go.
Brew.
And I'm going to decant this like he asked us to.
Yeah. Do you know how long to do it? You just want to let
Temporarily.
Want to let it sit?
Yeah, we'll let it breathe for a
All
second. Okay. You want to try this Monster Munch?
Yeah,
Let's
I
see.
do. It has a big blue fat elephant on it.
Flaming Hot
of that.
and Pickled Onion are the two flavors.
I want to do pickled
Melissa's
onion.
face was very good when I said pickled onion.
Good or bad good?
Bad.
Bad. Oh, man, these are going to taste like Funyuns, I bet.
So I get that impression too. They're very cute.
Oh, this is Mega Monster Munch. She fucking splurged. Look at that. Mega Monster Munch. All right. Pickled onion. Here we go. Huge chunks.
Wife, would you like to try one of these?
It's fucking Monster Munch. Mega. You gonna do it?
Yeah.
No, it didn't smell good? Okay. They remind me of, do you remember when Cheetos released Paws?
Yes.
And they had, those might even still be around, I don't know. But this is like shaped like instead of a cheetah's paw, like what I assume a monster's paw.
You're right.
Yeah. All right, you ready to do it?
Yep.
Oh, that's quite good.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
It's like an onion, or like a Funyun with a little bit of like
With some like
a
pickle
flavor.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really good. Melissa, are you sure you don't want to try? Do you like pickles? Yeah, you're going to like that.
You like Funyuns?
Do you like paws? How do you feel about monsters? Love monsters. What do you think? Scrunchy face. Oh, that's a pass. All right. I want to eat the rest of these, but I don't want to be all crunching.
Okay. And that one, now the flaming hot ones.
Mega Monster Munch Flamin' Hot with a bright blue. This is like, he looks like a slime from
Dragon Quest.
Yeah. Bright blue caveman.
So you wanted a hot one to take the
like a hot one?
pickled onion taste out of your mouth? Okay.
All right. Ready to do this? Let's do this. Ah, me tongue is burning.
That's
Too sweet.
tastes like ketchup.
It fucking does taste like ketchup. That really does taste like ketchup. That's a really good pull.
And I think like ketchup chips are big everywhere but the United States. Like
They're
I know
not-
they're huge in Canada.
They're not even the least bit hot though.
Yeah, they're not
Like
hot at
not
all.
even like the least bit.
It's like Mormon hot.
Mormon hot. Some like a Mormon hot.
Like what the interviewer Mitt Romney said, like ketchup is too spicy for him.
Oh, really? I don't remember that. I believe it.
Okay, and the last one here, Twiglets. They're flavored with something.
Twigs.
I don't know what exactly. I'm gonna assume Vegemite, maybe.
This is Jacob's brand. Baked to delight. Twiglets. Original flavor. A whole lot of crunch and a whole grain munch.
It's not really describing very much to us.
No, this is a twig. This looks like a twig.
looks like a
How have we
twig.
not mentioned this?
You're right, it
This
does look
looks
like
a
it's just
fucking
like a twig.
It does. Like, if I saw like someone munching on this here in the States, I'd be like, "Are you for real?
you eating sticks?
Twigs? Right, sticks."
Melissa, do you want to try one of these?
Oh yeah. I'm over here hogging all the twigs. It smells like twigs.
It smells like outside.
I think we're about to eat twigs.
He really just like, it's an acquired taste. Don't worry, we eat our twigs.
We all eat our twigs. This is like this whole brand, Jacob's Baked to Delight. The whole brand is built around tricking people from other countries.
It's Jacob of Wolf Fighting fame.
Right?
Just fucking with
It's his
people.
shell company that he set up.
Okay.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
Those are gross. Those are gross as fuck. Those are really gross.
Oh man.
Those are gross. They taste like fucking. We just ate sticks.
That tastes like whenever Melissa when she used to smoke, she ashed her cigarettes into a Coke.
Oh, yeah.
And I drank a Coke. That's what that tastes like.
This does taste ashy.
Oh man.
This is bad.
Ooh.
More Monster Munch, please.
Melissa, you like some water? Or a sip of this iron brew? I'm gonna take a pull off this.
Go for it. You sounded real cool when you said that.
Dude, that's bubblegum soda. Straight up. For such a masculine looking label, it is bubblegum soda.
I love it. Here, let me try this. Yeah, it totally is.
Melissa, you want to try that one?
This is awesome. No, it's not beer.
No, I think it's just soda.
We don't know, but it tastes like bubblegum. It's crazy. Yep. That's good. I'm gonna take another pull of this myself.
Yeah.
I like that. I like this bubblegum soda vernacular.
This bubble pulling we're participating in.
Do you want to eat another twig?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I will offend Ross's family for generations.
Can I? Do you
openly?
Do you mind if I bring these with me when I leave? Can I take them?
Yeah.
Because my boss is British, and I want to make him eat these. Or no, I can't. He's
Eat
my
the whole
boss.
bag, or I don't believe you're British.
Right, exactly. It's like here. Da, 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 da. Shake the bag.
You love Twigs and bubblegum soda, you weird asshole.
Who's got Twiglets? It's me. Do you like how I was like, also like, I'm gonna make my boss do a thing? Yeah, right. I'm an important.
It's the first time I've ever heard a male subordinate withhold sex from a female superior for a pay raise. The court case will be landmark.
Jacob's Twiglets. These are bad. God, I cannot get over them.
I think those are like Vegemite flavored.
It says, but no artificial colors or flavors. I think this is just straight up Twigs.
Because on the back, I noticed it said yeast under ingredients.
Crunchy, savory, whole wheat sticks. It's whole wheat sticks. Ingredients.
Good, I don't want sweet sticks.
In bold, whole wheat. Flour, 80%. So whole wheat flour, 80%. Flavoring, you're right. Yeast extract, barley. Salt, vegetable extract, carrot, vegetable oils, sunflower and palm, salt, and white pepper. How cool would it be if I was like reading this and it was like pine nuts? Ah, shit.
Man, you know, I haven't even fucking thought about that shit before. You're 100% right.
Like someone could send that shit.
We should check for allergies.
Because that's what it says right here, for allergens. And I was like, oh, God.
Ingredients, penicillin and pine nuts.
Oh, fuck.
Bees.
God, I just drank a suicide slurry. The bees are stinging my tongue with their penicillin.
And before we get started.
Wait, we haven't started?
Before we get started in the game, let's see. I won't mention them by name in case they don't want to be publicized for it. But someone in the TADPOG Nation updated like their Facebook page and had like a new picture and things like that.
A nude picture?
New picture.
Damn.
It was very sweet. It was like their fiance and kids on a metal bench overlooking the lake.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's a sweet, nice picture. Melissa, because I hadn't seen it yet, and Melissa sends me forward through the pictures, texts it to me. It's like, do you recognize this? Of just like the bench. I was like, took me a second looking at it. Oh, that's our anniversary public sex bench. It's like, oh, just like a few days ago, super late at night, we had sex on that bench. It was like the meme where you just see a picture of the casting couch. Like, you know where this is? I was like, that's fucking funny.
So was it?
Are we gonna tell him? Are we gonna ruin his sweet picture?
Well, there's a chance that you already have, because there's probably like only one person who's like, I have a bench as my profile photo. Who else has a bench? No one?
No one has a single metal bench overlooking a lake.
Oh, fuck. That was my birthday bench.
I've got the fuck bench.
They fucked up my birthday bench.
I mean, it wasn't just like random sex. It was sweet anniversary sex on this public bench. We had candles around it and everything.
We pushed we swept all the Twiglets out of the way.
We put them in a bag to eat later.
Right. We put them in a bag to sell to Jacob Show Company.
Okay, no, that's all I got.
So, as my personal request to everybody listening, first of all, go ahead and join TADPOG Nation. Second of all, please change your profile photo to a bench.
Solidarity.
So that we can
everybody change it to a bench.
So that we can obscure the identity of this person.
Now they're gonna be happy in some form of chat to be like, yeah, it was me.
Hey,
that's my bench.
That's my.
I thought it was pretty slick when we sat on it.
Slick bench is what I said when I sat down.
Man, this bench smells like Paducah. It's a Paducah bench. No, it doesn't. She was laughing until I said that, and her face fell.
Yeah, no, I didn't look over. That's why I don't know, Melissa, if you didn't notice that I didn't make eye contact with you, because I was like, I don't know if Tyler's getting in trouble or not, but he might be.
It was like Reboot when Hexadecimal wipes over her face. Like, it was like, laugh. Nothing. It did not smell like anything.
This person.
I'm making it better. I'm making
you
it
got
better.
it. You
She's
got it.
not mad at all.
You got it. Twiglet?
Oh, it was amazing, by the way. It's an amazing bench.
The bench, the bench was good.
Best bench I've ever had.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right. Castlevania?
Yeah, that's what we're here for, right? Yeah. I mean, we ate our snacks. We've had a lot of fun here today.
True.
Tyler, if you were to give Castlevania a beard, what kind of beard would it be?
Fucking on a bench beard.
What could you describe that one?
It's like a lot of twigs.
Just a lot of twigs. Yeah. Just a lot of like cigarette butts.
Yeah, fish.
Yeah.
Because by the lake.
Oh, I know where you're. Oh, I was about to say I know where your fuck bench is.
Yep.
The moment you said fish, I was like, oh, I know where it is.
Yep. It wasn't like walking through like a Call of Cthulhu game. Like we went there a while back, like when it was like last year in the summer, and walking to it, there's like a few streetlights running out to the bench, because it leads out into the water.
Right.
There were so many fucking bugs around this bench. Like Melissa was scared to pass it because it was just like a wall of locusts blocking it off. This year, not so bad.
That's
It's
good.
like, all right.
Yeah, that's good.
Means not many bugs. We should probably fuck on it.
So wait.
We should.
Okay, so I was gonna like the first year. Did you like just push through it? And you're like, fuck it.
No,
bugs.
for sure. We just like
You just looked at it.
Yeah.
You mapped it out.
we sat on
you
the
were casing the joint.
bench like a year from now.
You were casing the joint.
year
I
from
like
now.
it. That's fucking smart. That's fucking smart.
I don't see anybody. If those bugs lighten up, yeah, be our anniversary fuck bench.
Next year, I bet people are gonna think the bugs are still here. They won't be.
They'll never be able to find it. They'll look for bugs. Well, do you hear that, Dave?
I do. The locusts of climax. I hear them buzzing in the distance.
Man, that's a good band name.
That's a great one, isn't it? What kind of music would that be?
Kaleidoscope.
Jug band.
Chiptune Kaleidoscopes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chiptune Kaleidoscope. That's a band name. What do? Just chiptune remixes of kids' cartoons. Chiptune
But
Kaleidoscope.
like a creepy way.
Yeah, like in a totally rapey way. Yeah, of course I hear that. What about it, Tyler?
Well, it could mean only one thing, Dave.
The Dave. Do you think that means the Dave reads from Wikipedia train?
Absolutely, I do.
I don't know if the train's coming towards that sound or away from it.
Both.
Both simultaneously. All right. Of course. Yes, it does. Which I hear it, which ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Castlevania, parentheses, 1986 video game. Castlevania is an action platformer video game developed and published by Konami for the Family Computer Disk System video game console in Japan in 1986. It was then ported to a cartridge in North America in May of 1987, and then it also came out in Europe. This is, I think, a really interesting thing, which I want to play this. The game, Castlevania, was developed in tandem with another game. An MSX2 game, so it's like a computer game, called Vampire Killer, which used a similar premise but differed in game mechanics. I've read a little bit about that, and it looks fucking sweet. It looks like a precursor to Symphony of the Night.
Oh, okay.
So I definitely want to play this.
Yeah.
Where you like you go around, you have to collect keys. You have to collect skeleton keys to progress to different areas instead of it being like a linear experience like Castlevania is. So I haven't played Castlevania 2 yet, but I've also heard people compare it to, they don't compare it to, but say it's a precursor to Castlevania.
My mic 2 is on, isn't it? Is it on? Can you see it? My levels don't look okay?
Your microphone is on.
Okay. I just worried for a second because I feel like I was muffled.
Yeah?
Wanted to check. Okay.
You're good.
Okay.
This is staying in.
Good.
Great.
See how the sausage is made.
Well, it's also like, it's going to be hilarious if it turns out your mic is off.
What I think if this, instead of playing through a list alphabetically of Nintendo properties, and this were like a top 25, top 30 list.
Yeah.
This game is, I think, easily one of the best top 5 games on the Nintendo.
Top 5 on the NES?
Top 5 on the NES. I think this game is fucking amazing. I think it has everything that makes a good Nintendo game.
Then you lead this one. You lead this conversation.
Yeah,
because
you don't like it that much?
No, I like it. It's not top 5 for me.
Okay.
I mean, like, top 5 is essentially only 2 open spots because it's like, well, all the Super Mario Brothers games are in there, and then I got 2 more to fill, and I don't know if Castlevania's in there. It's a great game. Yeah. I really like it. Yeah, I really like Castlevania. It's a great game. Yeah. I didn't own it as a kid, but I used to get excited when I go over to a friend's house because he'd have it. He had Contra as well. So we had Castlevania and Contra, 2 games I didn't have. I had a bunch of like cutesy games, and he had like big boy games, like second grader games, that dealt with adult themes like shooting people and killing a vampire. I was just playing Little Nemo over here like,
Hey man, that shit
feeding
gets dark
candy.
at the end.
Yeah, it does. It does. But
No, because this game, I feel like there's more. I understand why Castlevania translated, when it was done right, translated well to a high score on Rotten Tomatoes, the first fresh ever of a video game translation, because there's content there. There's like a story, and you can play the game and you can understand what's going on like the entire way through. This game has, of all the obtuse, like it's fun to like speculate over what nonsensical stories you can attach to an NES game, but I feel like this, more so than any other NES game, like outside of an RPG, has a fully fleshed out, understandable story that you can be on board for, like, and that you can see play through and make sense throughout the entire game.
in this game,
Yeah.
tell me how.
Well, okay, because you know you're a vampire slayer, you're going through this creepy castle fighting typical monsters to end up fighting Dracula.
Right.
Like there is, and it has a good gothic ambiance and the music lends to it.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a more well-rounded experience than you find in most Nintendo games.
I can agree with that. The point of issue I had was like, this is not a story. I mean, it is just straight up like you sum the story up in a sentence. You're a vampire hunter and you got to fight Dracula and you fight a bunch of monsters to get to him.
It's better than a lot of NES.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not a good story. And the story's not told.
Makes more sense in Bubble Bobble.
The story. There is actually a story in Bubble Bobble. There's words at the beginning that tell you what the fuck is happening. You don't know that in Castlevania. It's like literally like 4 pages, or it's like 4 sentences in the instruction manual. So anything the story of Castlevania, the game is constructed entirely outside of the game.
I can still play it and know what's going on.
Yeah, but because that's not a story.
You walk out to the game. I
can
feel
walk
like
out to my car and drive home. And it can happen, but that doesn't mean it's a story.
It's not an experience that baffles me.
Yeah.
Like I can play it and be like, okay, this makes sense to me.
Okay.
I'm
on board with that.
This is a narrative I can follow.
I'm on board with that.
And I don't feel like I get that in many Nintendo games.
Okay. All right. Okay. That I can agree with. I just don't think, I mean, I love this game, but like, there is not any story to it is like you got to bring it to the game. You got to be like, well, I read this instruction manual. I know this guy's name is Simon Belmont, and I know he's got to kill Dracula. So
he's gonna fight all the 1930s monsters to do it.
Yeah, he's gonna fight all of them. Yeah, they got it. They got all of them. You got a creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yep,
that's in there.
Got a mummy.
Got a mummy. Yep, got a mummy. Got a hunchback. Got a Frankenstein.
Yep.
check.
Grim Reaper. All right.
Got him.
But one thing is, like, this game is, like, when you beat it in a setting, like, that was one of the most impressive feats I've heard, because this game is fucking hard.
It is really hard.
This game is incredible. I can't beat it.
That might have been a fluke, honestly. That might have been a fluke, because I streamed it on Twitch. There'll be a link to that in the show notes, and I couldn't beat it. I got to death and couldn't get past them. So... I don't know. That might have been a fluke. Like, I mean, I was like, man, I hope I've got that old VOD still of when I actually beat the game. Yeah. Nah, it's gone.
Wow.
So this is a hard game. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's like I spent like 3.5 hours on it last night, and it's like I couldn't get past death, and I was like, I got to go to bed. So,
but you've done it. You've done it before.
I have done it before. I just cannot do it consistently, which I think is a testament to the difficulty of the game. I mean, it's like, and a lot of things depend on, honestly, I think the game hinges a lot on Simon's secondary weapons.
Yep.
Like majorly, because there are a lot of bosses I feel like that you can beat real easy if you have what I've always called holy water, but the instruction manual calls firebomb. So
that's dumb because it's holy water.
Right?
I think in every other iteration it's holy water.
Well,
I guess American programmers like, oh, it throws and explodes, it's a firebomb.
So it's a firebomb. So yeah, I've got like when I have the firebomb, like I got the firebomb in Frankenstein and Igor were a breeze. But it's like I would roll in there with a dagger or whatever that it fucking gives you, and it's like I'm probably gonna die because my secondary weapon is bullshit.
Yep.
Or if we roll in there with the watch, where it's like this doesn't work on bosses.
Yep.
I'm gonna die.
You can use it on Medusa.
Oh, the giant Medusa
and it
head?
will freeze Medusa.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Is that the only one it works on?
To my knowledge, yeah, it's the only one it works on. But because it is a side-scroller action platformer. Yeah. Where you have I feel like instead of a sword, you have a whip, and Simon Belmont is progressing through Dracula's castle, beating bosses from the horror genre. in general.
All kinds of monsters, like zombies, ghosts, animated armor, which are called axemen. They really do run the gamut. And I do think you nailed it. I think it's hilarious because it's like they use a lot of like monsters like from like gothic horror, but they also use monsters from like the 1920s and shit like that, where it's like it's just kind of weird to see like mummies thrown in the mix because like they don't really fit the traditional like Transylvania, like, you know what I mean?
Did Dracula ship these in?
Right, yeah, exactly. Like, I think we would see like giant sarcophaguses with like crates and like crowbars, some shit, a forklift. But I mean,
how did he ship these in the 1400s?
Yeah, so it's.
I mean, I guess he's Dracula. It's,
right.
That's a testament to his power.
Amazon Air, Prime Air. They came in packaged with Twiglets. Like the Twiglets were the packing material.
That's what was sealing their evil.
Right? Yes, exactly. They're like the scarab beetles.
Oh well, my mouth still tastes bad from those. But because you have your whip and you get items to go from. Is it like leather to chain, and then the chain lengthens?
They do. This is what the instruction manual says. I don't know about the material, but it goes from what I like to call a baby whip to a medium boy to a long boy, and the instruction manual calls a medium boy and a long boy a morning star.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I don't know, but like it's like you need these upgrades. Like you need the long boy.
Yeah,
if you don't have the fucking long boy. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're not going to beat a boss. I mean, you can't. I'm not. Okay, it's going to be real hard. It's not going to be impossible because I know they're like on the speedrun world records. I saw like someone's beating this game in like, oh god, like 11 minutes 34 seconds or something like that.
Fuck.
It's under 12 minutes. I don't know exactly what it is to the second, and like it's a neck to neck race. I mean, it is like people are really like this guy's going to get edged out anytime. It seems like. So, but they've also got these tabs, right? And like that record is for like just completing the game. And then they have like challenge tabs where it's like whip only. And it's like, I don't know if that means like you can't use the secondary weapons.
I guess not.
Or you can't upgrade your whip. Like, because if you just roll through that game with just the baby boy, man, I mean, that thing looks like a fucking like straw wrapper from Wendy's or something. Like it is not effective, man. It's so short.
Yep. And like, because every hit takes a quarter of your life, so you're going to take 4 hits before you die for the most part.
Or, yeah, you're right. Or every time you'll get knocked in the water. Because it's like every time something hits you, there's knockback.
Oh, and huge, devastating knockback at that.
Yeah. And it's like, those are some of the things that like, those are the punishing elements of this game. The game is punishing, but I also think it's forgiving because honestly, dude, the only reason I beat this game was because I just put time into it. Because it was just like, all right, well, I died. I have unlimited continues in this game. And like the continues like just take you back to the beginning of that stage. Yeah. So it's not like you have to start from the very beginning of the game, like, you know, Super Mario Brothers or something like that. So I feel like that's kind of a nice balance. And I don't know if it was designed that way or if they originally designed the game and it was like, good God, this is fucking hard.
We might have made this a little too hard.
Yeah, like, do we want anyone to beat this? So.
But Simon Belmont, every time he gets hit, it just reminds me of, because I remember playing basketball in elementary school. Yes, my coach told me when someone bumps into you, jump back like they just pushed you.
Gotcha.
Draw the foul.
There's a term for that, right?
Probably.
Like in European football, they call it something, but I can't remember what it's called.
That makes sense. Being a bitch.
Diving, or I don't know.
Yeah, because so basically every time a Medusa head touches Simon Belmont, it's like he's trying to draw a foul because he just rockets back.
Yeah. The fucking Medusa heads are the worst fucking regular enemies in the game.
Oh yeah,
like they're so annoying, dude, because they come in at like a sine wave, you know, and it's like it's so hard to judge where they're gonna. Because
you're very limited in your jumping. Oh and there's no like midair adjustments.
No, your mobility sucks. Like it's straight up like you're right. You can't change your direction midair. Like so, once you jump, you're fucking committed to that jump. It's just like you made a skill check and you're only making one, and you're either gonna pass or fail it. And also, you can't attack and move at the same time. So that lowers your mobility too.
Yep.
And also, you can't jump on stairs. You have to like slowly walk upstairs.
Oh, the stairs are the most brutal part of this game.
So and these all sound like complaints. I mean, but they're not.
They just contribute to it being difficult. It doesn't make it bad. It just makes it difficult.
Totally. I I like it because it's like once you accept it, it's like, okay, well, these are the rules to the game. At no point to me did it feel like I was fighting the controls. It was just like, I know these are the rules to the game. It's like one rule is when I attack, I can't move at the same time. All right, no big deal. But it's like consistent every time. It's not like I never feel like the game is cheating me. It's like, well, I just tried to do this thing that I know the game doesn't allow me to do. So I think it's, I honestly think this is like really, really good game design. I also think that it's one of those games that might have low speedrun times because it is memorizable.
Yeah. I remember because I watched, doing my research on it, watching like the Angry Video Game Nerd, like draw, like in certain difficult areas, draw the patterns of how much you have to memorize and see how crowded there are. Like the corridor on the way to death.
Yeah.
And just like he
with the Medusa heads and the Axemen.
Yeah. All the shit that you have to worry about is just like, you're just gonna get hit. Like there's just no way to. There's so much shit coming at you constantly.
You know, it's super like really, really super annoying.
What
is when you get through that hallway and then death kills you? Because that happened to me last night. I got through that hallway, no hits. And I was like, there's a moment in the stream where I'm like, do I want to save state or do I want to do this for real? Do I want to be a baller or a chump? I was like, baller. And then I fucking died. Like immediately. Like, and it was like the most, like I hit death like once. Like I lowered his health by 1 and then he just fucking drug me across the yard.
Because death is almost a bullshit fight.
Yeah.
It's so fucking difficult. Even after you kill death, it's like, his scythes are still twirling around. You can kill him
you can still
and then
die.
very easily die.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, totally. And I feel like a lot of the bosses are like, once after honestly, I guess the mummies. I mean, all of the bosses in this game are pretty difficult, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the first one you fight is that giant bat. Mm-hmm. He's not too bad if you grab the axe, because the axe throws up like it does in Ghosts and Goblins. Mm-hmm. So you got that arc. You can try to find a safe space. And then the giant Medusa head, she's not too bad either, depending on your secondary weapon. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it's the mummies.
The mummy, and then Frankenstein. If you have the holy water, you
can stun him. Right. Yep. He is super hard.
Him.
Super hard without that, because it's Frankenstein and then a tiny Igor, a hunchback.
The fucking hunchbacks,
they're also called flea men.
That's what I remember. That's what they referred to in like Castlevania 4.
Oh, okay. Because they're in the instruction manual just calls them hunchbacks, and he jumps around while throwing fireballs at you. So that's a hard fight if you don't have the firebomb.
Starting to think, because then you, of course, you have your sub weapon, which knife, pocket watch, which stops time, axe, holy water, cross,
firebomb.
They
call there's the cross. What do you mean by the cross? Which one is the cross?
Boomerang.
Yeah, they call it the boomerang. Yeah. And then there is an actual cross,
the clear screen,
right?
The Wrath of God.
Yeah, which is really nice. Other than that, you can get an invisibility potion, which allows you, it essentially gives you invulnerability. Mm-hmm. I guess they don't call it invincibility because you don't kill the enemies. It just allows you to essentially ghost walk through them all.
Because and you can also get this little icon like Roman numeral 2 and 3 that allow you to throw multiple sub-weapons.
Double shot and triple shot.
Yep.
And they make a lot of the boss battles a lot easier. The boss battles are all about that secondary weapon.
Yep. Especially like you need like 3 boomerangs on death. Like minimal.
Yeah.
Like that's what you have to have. Another big trope of the whole Castlevania series is recovering your health.
Right.
Which is only by meat that you find in walls.
There's another way.
Oh yeah.
When you defeat a boss, you get the crystal.
Yep.
Which heals you to full, which is always great.
Yep.
But yeah, the meat, that's a classic.
Which that's what I read, that they're going to write that into the second season of Castlevania. Yeah, they will make that joke.
They were saying that in Twitch chat. That's like what the creator, like one of his regrets was that he wasn't able to get that into season 1.
And I guess a really big thing is, of course, because I said energy or life. Most of the time, hearts are life in any other game.
Right.
But in Castlevania, they're ammunition. In Castlevania 1 and Castlevania 2, they're currency, and then they become just uses of your sub-weapon. And you primarily get these, you get them by defeating some enemies, but Basically, you get them by knocking candles. Candles are fucking full all over the place in Dracula's castle, and when you use your whip to break a candle, it turns into a heart, either a small one or a large one.
Right. Yep. Yeah, and that's pretty much where you get all your power-ups. Is from those sconces.
Yeah. So you have to like find an area where you can zone in and out and farm those fucking candles. Get them. Here is my personal theory about the candles and the hearts in Castlevania. Here is my making sense of nonsense.
Okay.
So that Dracula is evil.
Yes.
He is
obviously.
death, and he is darkness.
He's not death.
Well,
his buddy's death.
He's in charge
later on,
of
they're
death.
not friends, but right now they're friends. Right? They're not friends later on. Yeah.
I mean, he's a boss in every single Castlevania game.
But isn't there like some kind of like schism or something in like Symphony of the Night between like Death and Dracula?
So remember whenever he shows up at first and takes all of Alucard's equipment and does something else? Maybe. I don't really remember.
It might be me. I've only played that game once, so I'm probably not remembering that correctly. But I thought there was like a Cousin Larry, Cousin Bowky kind of thing going on where it's like they're friends, but like I could tell.
Death is mad about being somebody's bitch.
Right. I was reading through the lines there. I was like, I get it, Death. You're like a fucking horseman. And this dude is just like a guy with an accent.
Yep. He is dead. He's a vampire. He is darkness and evil.
Yeah.
So in order to fight him, you have to use light.
Love.
Well, love or life in the form of the hearts.
Right. Love.
And then you're taking out the candles and taking their light to fight the darkness.
Dude,
so the vampire killer is converting light that you need to energy and things like that you need to fight Dracula.
I fucking love it.
So
light is his weapon.
Yep.
I am so glad that you mentioned the sconces because let me set this up. Have you played like every fucking Castlevania game? You pretty much
I played a lot
right?
of them.
Can you tell me if there is a Castlevania that does this? Because when I was playing last night, I was like, it'd be really cool is a light mod, and you talking about the hunter using light. I think it'd be really cool if those sconces actually controlled the brightness of light in an area.
Yeah.
So it's like if you were to destroy a sconce, Alan Wake style, it gets dark there. And then the darker it is, Darkest Dungeon style, the harder the enemies are.
I think isn't there a part in Symphony of the Night where you have to have like the imp companion where it's dark and he has to like light candles, or he follows you around with like a torch or something like that to make things visible.
I think you're right. We're making people really bad right now because we don't know for sure.
I haven't sat down and really played that game. I watched you play it like a long fucking time ago.
That's been over a decade.
And then for me to sit down and play it, it's been since high school.
Dude, you watched me play Symphony of the Night like around the time Elder Scrolls Oblivion came out. Mm-hmm. That's how long it's been since I've played Symphony of the Night. So I don't remember. That's my point.
Yeah, I think that happens.
That sounds about right. That sounds like a thing that happened.
I want to say. I mean, I could be wrong. We'll do Symphony of the Night eventually.
I want to replay it for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to replay it for sure. I know that if you're into Twitch, I know Kyle of Experience Grind streamed a shitload of Symphony of the Night. So check them out on Twitch or Experience Grind. You probably would like them.
Yeah, probably. If you like that, you'll probably like them.
Probably.
Let's see. We've covered a lot of shit that you do in the game already. I guess besides fighting Dracula.
Yeah. So yeah, we haven't talked about actually fighting Dracula. You go in and Dracula's pretty much standing there in his bedroom. I assume it's his bedroom.
And it's I like to call back to Symphony of the Night again. Whenever you're Richter coming up to fight Dracula, it's that same hallway and that same entrance.
Yeah.
So I didn't notice that before until this time checking out Castlevania.
It's really neat.
It's like, oh, okay. That is where you fight both. What? No, you don't fight Shaft there. You fight somebody at Dracula and somebody else. I forget who you fight as
in Symphony of the Night.
Alucard. Yeah.
I don't know. So the Dracula fight is essentially what I think is the best about it is that it is copied in DuckTales when you fight Dracula in DuckTales.
Oh.
It's the same. It's the same thing. It works the same way.
Yeah.
Dracula opens his cape, fireballs shoot out in a spread, and then he teleports to the other side of the room and does it again, essentially.
Yep.
And then and it's exactly the same in fucking DuckTales. It's like Capcom was just like, yeah, dog, we're gonna take that.
Dracula's across the board.
Yeah, it's duck or man.
Yeah,
you can't sue us. It's Dracula.
Yeah.
It's fucking Dracula. So I don't know, like that makes me think like, is the whole like DuckTales, like is that whole game like a parody of other games? Like is each level like a parody of a different game? Because it's like,
man, I hope so.
Because like the Transylvania level of DuckTales could easily just be like, this is a parody of Castlevania.
You're fucking right. Easily, like the suits of armor and all that shit. Yep.
So I don't know. Well, I don't know. Do you fight Frankenstein and Igor in DuckTales? I can't remember. Probably not, but you should mod
There might be similar monsters.
Yeah. So then once you beat the fuck out of Dracula in his human, quote unquote, human form, he becomes essentially Lucifer.
Yeah. He looks sort of like Lucifer from Ghouls and Ghosts.
Totally. Totally. Absolutely he does.
Ghosts and Goblins? Ghouls and Ghosts? Which are mine?
Ghosts and Goblins.
Ghosts and Goblins.
And then it is just... I honestly think he's easier in that form than he is in his humanoid form, because it's like the only way you can hit him in his humanoid form is you have to hit his head, and you have to do it while jumping over the fireballs that he's shooting out. And on top of all of that,
he tries to spawn on top of you, so you have to be like move over enough that he spawns, and then move away from him enough to jump over
his fireballs,
and then at the top of your jump,
right. And that's what's tough about it is like, because it's a whip, because Simon's using a whip, there's a little bit of lag from when you hit the attack button to when he activates, like to when it hits.
Yeah.
It's not like you don't tap B and it hits when you tap B.
Yeah, like Alucard's sword.
Right.
No.
There's a wind up to it, which I think is... Honestly, I think is really cool. It's another one of those rules of Castlevania that I accept because it makes sense, because it's a whip. I mean, you have to whip it. There's wind up to it.
Whip it
good. Real good. So I think it's really cool. I think that Castlevania is a really good game. A really, really good game.
Yeah.
And I'm
strongly agree.
I'm very glad that it's on the Classic.
Yep.
I have a really serious question. And this is not really more of an opinion thing. This is like, I just need to know: are vampires real?
It depends on what you mean by vampire.
I've read like a few like peer-reviewed science papers on it, and they say that they're not sure. So I just figured that I would ask.
Well, what's the guy, the serial killer, Richard Chase,
the dog vampire?
Yeah. Yeah, like
you talked
Richard
about him.
Chase.
I remember.
So if you want to say like somebody like that who believes they have a biological need to consume blood.
Yes. But does he really? Did he really? Did he?
It was it was psychosomatic. Like he made himself sick by consuming too much blood.
Yeah. So he didn't really have a biological need. He was lying. He's a big old liar.
He had convinced himself that he needed it.
Yeah.
Like it was essential for him to live.
Okay. Okay, but he wasn't a vampire though, right? But what do you think? Did he go out in the sunlight?
What's the definition of vampire? Like all the tropes?
Well, here, let me.
Or does someone who eats blood for sustenance?
No, because lots of things do that, right? Ticks do that, and it's like those aren't vampires; those are ticks.
Tickpires.
But I mean, like if a tick went out in the sunlight and burst into flames, I'd be like, "That's a vampire."
Vampire tick.
Yes. You know how I like to get all the ticks off my dog? I just give him a good old garlic bath. I just
rub silver all over him.
Oh,
He's good. He's
great.
fine.
Force him over running water.
Put him in a coffin with some of the dirt from his original place where he was born. It's fine.
Hold a stake in front of him. See what he does. A holy symbol. Rebuke.
Yeah. Oh man, you just brought me back to Brandon rebuking Ein with that weird necromancer staff we used to have in the house for some weird reason.
Yeah. You could also rebuke my dog with a laundry basket.
Also because of Brandon. And why did Ein hate laundry baskets? Oh, Brandon would put him under one whenever he barked too much.
Like a cage. And then the best thing about that, I hope you're listening, Brandon, is I remember one time when Brandon visited, like he came in and Ein was just like, what's wrong, buddy? It wasn't like a real growl, but it was like this shit could get real if you come at me.
I remember you. Keep your fucking distance, bro. I remember Brandon like trying to like use Ein to get girls. Like, oh yeah, no, I've got a corgi, I own a dog. And I'm just sitting there like, you don't own a fucking dog. You live with a guy who owns a dog. It's not your dog. If anybody gets to touch a vagina because of Ein, it's Dave. It's not you.
It's me.
Unless you pay a licensing fee, because Ein was expensive.
Yeah, I mean, he needs royalties for sure. Yeah. Man, corgi breeders don't play, dude. They don't play. The cost of corgi puppies going through the roof.
Oh, I bet. I bet it's so much more
they've gone up because I've got Ein when he was like, God, it was like 2002 maybe when I got Ein.
Yeah, it was.
And it's like 15 years later, it's like, yep, that man, and dog inflation, bro. Am I right?
You got Ein, and Melissa had Brandy Jr. So you both acquired responsibilities in 2002.
Yeah, and that explains why also that Brainy Jr. doesn't like Brandon or laundry baskets.
I'm trying to think if she met Brandon. I don't know.
Probably, surely.
Maybe. I don't know.
Is Brandon a vampire?
Maybe.
Have you seen him eat blood?
Maybe. He's very shiny in the daylight.
That kind of vampire.
And sad emo girls love him.
Twilight
so
vampire.
maybe.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Brandon's a Twilight
He's
vampire.
definitely more a Twilight than a Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Or a vampire. Who else are vampires? Let's play a game called Who's a Vampire?
I can just stay in a cave with no sunlight. I prefer not to be in sunlight.
Yeah, me too. Besides Kelsey Grammer, besides the obvious Kelsey Grammer, who is
I mean,
a
I've
vampire?
seen Josh make horrible faces when exposed to sunlight in the morning. Like literal.
Yeah, but Josh worked at Pizza Hut, and that's like got some garlic and stuff.
Oh,
going on.
yeah.
Like, so if
He
Josh
always
is good,
smell like Pizza Hut.
Yeah, he always smelled like Pizza Hut, so he's not a vampire. I have a theory.
Okay.
And that is about the meat that you find in the walls in the game, the wall meat that you mentioned earlier.
Perfect.
Also, by the way, what kind of meat? What kind of meat is that? What animal did that come from?
What looks like a roast chicken leg?
Because I have the answer, and that is. Do you know what it is? It's a pork chop.
It's a pork chop.
It's what the manual says. It's a pork chop.
It looks like a chicken or a turkey leg from a Renaissance fair.
Yeah, but like in the manual, they could have just said like typical cartoon meat. It's like it's just this meat. It's just meat and then a bone in it to let you know that that's meat.
Yep.
I have a theory about that meat.
All right.
Okay?
Good.
Because
Perfect.
it's like one of those things when I was streaming, Nick of Time was like, what is the story? What's the deal with the wall meat? And it got me thinking real fucking hard about it. I couldn't sleep last night because I was like, what is up with this meat? I couldn't fucking figure it out. I could not for the life of me. And I was doing an image search earlier today. I cannot remember what it was for. And Jeffrey Dahmer's face popped up. And I was like, oh, well, now it all makes now it all makes sense because I started making this connection because it's like, all right, so Dracula obviously has killed a bunch of dudes.
Yeah. Oh.
So many dudes.
Oh.
So many dudes. Dracula's killed so many people. I'm thinking that what he's done is, but he doesn't eat the flesh. He eats the blood. So he eats the blood, and then he's just fucking like, hey, how many dumpsters have you seen around Castlevania?
Yeah,
None. No, have you seen a fucking trash can?
Nope.
Nope. You sure haven't. Have you seen anything gnawing on a corpse? I mean, later on you do.
Later on.
Later on you do. There is actual, I think, a real answer to what happens to all those corpses, and it's in Symphony of the Night. It's a big ball of corpses. But
Throw in the corpse ball.
But for this joke,
He has rubber band ball, but for corpses.
But for this joke about vampires, serial killers, murder, and cannibalism.
Well, he didn't have this grand falloon solution in Castlevania
Right?
1.
Yeah, totally.
So
Yes. This is proto Dracula, essentially, is what we're dealing with. Alpha Dracula, if you will.
brick and mortar wasn't too expensive back then. It got
Yes.
more expensive.
This is Zach Braff as Dr. Acula. That's what you're dealing with in this game. So that's just fucking Dracula's empty juice boxes that you're eating.
Man, that's good. I didn't know what you were going to throw at me, but man, that's good.
I don't know what else could it be.
I think you're right. I think that he's hidden in the walls. Yeah,
They just hit right,
You're
exactly. And it's like all thanks to you, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Mm-hmm.
You've inspired me. Dave, 2017.
Thanks, Jeffrey. Thumbs up.
Next TADPOG shirt.
It's just that you smiling with a thumbs up. Thanks, Jeffrey. And then, like, in the clouds of heaven, like the face of Jeffrey Dahmer, like, looking down at you.
How many dudes do you think when that like came out, they were like, barrels. That's smart.
What?
Because like dissolving the bodies in those barrels, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's like how many people are just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill a lot of people. I finally know how to do it.
Watch Breaking Bad and be like,
math.
About
yeah, right. Oh god, that's the worst scene.
That's the worst scene. Put the plastic down first, though, or it'll eat through everything.
That's the worst scene. I hate that. That was an episode of Breaking Bad where it was just like where they're doing the dude in the tub, where it's just like, dude, I don't know if this show is for me.
And what was the? I feel like it was a movie or a show where they talk about like starving a bunch of pigs and then throwing a body into pigs.
That is Snatch.
Okay, and they eat all of it.
Mm-hmm. Feed them to the pigs, Harold. Yeah. Man, I love that movie.
You have any achievements for this game?
Yeah, I got a couple achievements. I got let's see what we got here. First achievement. Are you ready for these? These are all all A game.
Awesome.
These are all A game titles at least. First one. Are you sure you're ready? Mm-hmm. Do you think you can handle this?
Give it to me.
You ready?
Yep.
Let me ask you a question.
Good. It's good.
Did I nail it or what?
Yep.
In order to unlock, let me ask you a question. I almost fucked it up. You have to kill the giant vampire bat, the first boss, with an axe.
Okay.
Second achievement. You ready for this one?
Yeah, if I give it to him.
That's So Raven.
Damn.
And in order to unlock That's So Raven, you have to whip 2 ravens simultaneously with the Morning Star. It's possible.
Yep.
And it's fun when it happens because those ravens are fucking annoying because they're like 3 pixels tall.
Yeah.
And if they hit you, it's essentially like you've been punched by Colossus. Like that knockback is the same regardless of what the enemy is. Third achievement, Tyler, is pork chop sandwiches. And in order to unlock pork chop sandwiches, you have to find wall meat because the wall meat is hidden very well.
Yep.
So
you don't get a lot of it at all.
Is an achievement in itself. Do you have any achievements for this?
I've got
game,
2.
Tyler? What do you got?
My first one is maximize empowered time stop. And that is when you use the stopwatch to freeze Medusa and kill her.
Excellent. I love it.
And the other is quasi no-go.
Ah, yeah. That's so much better than all of mine. I like that.
And that is you kill 20 hunchbacks.
20 hunchbacks.
Yep.
I got you. I didn't know where you're going to go with that because it's like quasi no-go could be a whole bunch of things. Like, I mean, is that like dubious consent? It's a quasi no-go.
Well, I fucking think about Quasimodo way too much.
Really? Why?
Brainy Jr. is obsessed with it's not a Broadway production, but a theatrical production of The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I would have loved for you to just said she is obsessed with Hunchback.
She just puts a pillow in her shirt and walks around the house.
Bemoaning why we don't live in the 1600s.
Like I asked her to clean a room and she just goes, Sanctuary!
I don't even know the story. I've never seen it. I've never seen the Disney movie. I haven't seen
Aladdin is probably my favorite Disney movie, but after that is Hunchback.
Of course it's Aladdin.
Yeah. It's Aladdin number 1.
Aladdin's good.
Then Hunchback is
Aladdin.com a million times. Aladdin Forever.
By a magnitude like the darkest Disney movie.
Hunchback is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
It's the darkest, you think?
Yep.
Interesting.
Sequel, not so much. There shouldn't have been a sequel.
Was that a direct-to-home sequel?
Yeah, super shitty. Like, look at the animation and be like, oh, no one gave a fuck about this.
So like the Hunchback like fights the Red Baron or something?
Well, it's like...
they go crazy in the sequels.
Because, I mean, the whole thing about in Hunchback of Notre Dame is, he falls in love with Esmeralda. Esmeralda doesn't love him. She dies. He carries her into the crypt, wraps his arms around her, and stars himself holding her, just dies with her.
Is that how the Disney movie ends?
That's how the book ends.
Okay.
The Disney movie is
he eats her.
He thinks she's dead, but then she's not, and she marries Phoebus, who is his romantic rival, who she's actually in love with because she can't love him because he's
Phoebus sounds like the name of like a teacher from a 1990s kids sitcom, like a Nickelodeon show. Like, yeah, Mr. Phoebus,
just call me Phoebus.
Yeah. Let me rap with you.
So like then at the end he's like, okay, you guys be together. It's okay. I get it. I'm ugly. No one's gonna love me. Even in a Disney movie, you're not gonna love me. So here, you marry the pretty blonde man. There you go. And then in the sequel, like
wait. Is that true? Is that really how the first movie it ends like that?
Yep. He blesses their union, and then like his best friends are his gargoyles and stuff like that that are in the.
I mean, I bet he fucks those gargoyles, right?
I hope so. One's voiced by Jason Alexander, so I hope so. And I hope he fucks that one.
George is getting upset.
Why are you fucking a rock?
How many times do you think someone's been fucking Jason Alexander? Like, do George?
When a man is fucking Jason Alexander. How many times?
Oh no,
do you
Jason
think
Alexander
Jason
fucks a man, not the other way around.
Can you? I'll just put a sandwich on my back. Eat the sandwich while you're doing it.
I feel really bad because I love Jason Alexander. I feel bad for those jokes that I made.
That's okay.
I regret them.
Okay.
I'm sure he listens though.
Oh yeah, he's very upset. He's not listening now. He's turned it off.
Fuck, we just lost Jason.
But yeah, in the sequel, like Quasimodo becomes like best friends with their son or something like that.
That sounds awful.
And then an attractive like lady from the village like falls in love with them, and like all this shit that it was awful. It's one of the worst direct sequels I've seen any part of.
That just seems like such a bad idea to send your child out along with the man who you like toyed with his heart.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh man, oh God, I know you wanted this pussy so bad. Sorry, Taryn. But like, I let this guy fuck me. Can you babysit? Are you cool?
Have you seen Twilight? Like, you wanted to fuck me, and I'm gonna fuck this vampire. So instead, you want to fuck my daughter? Okay, cool. Go for it.
Does that happen in Twilight?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why Jacob loved Bella so much.
Jacob Alexander.
So whenever she had her daughter, then he was like, "Yep, love her. That's it."
The daughter.
Yeah,
the daughter.
He falls in love with the daughter.
Wow.
He imprints on her, quote unquote.
Did you say impregs?
Eventually.
He impregs all over
and because
her.
she's half vampire, she grows up super fast.
Oh, so it makes it okay, right?
Yeah, it makes it okay for him to be like best friends with a 7-year-old.
This sounds like some anime shit.
That he's going to marry someday.
That holds up in a court of law, I hear. No, it's cool. No, it's fine. Let me explain it to you. I get this a lot.
So have you been grooming her to fuck it when she turns 18? Yes, Your Honor. All right. Nothing in the books
about
grooming them to fuck you. It's totally legitimate.
In fact, it's a tradition.
Are you both monsters? Yes. I have no jurisdiction here over the monsters.
Why are you in monster court? What are you doing? I bet Monster Court would be a lot of fun. I don't know. Mega Monster Court might be even better.
Like Monster Town from Mario RPG.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite town in the game.
Yeah, Monster Town. Mm-hmm.
Or Monstro Town, was it?
I don't remember, but I know the one you're talking about. It's a good one. Monster Towns and RPGs are always the best.
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger, Monster Town's the fucking best.
Yep.
Because it's like you fucking come out of the fucking pantry, the monster's pantry.
Yep.
And it's like...
Eat their cake.
Yeah, I'm in Monster Town. This is Monster Town. They all worship the guy that I think is maybe the boss of the game.
Yep.
Who isn't. Spoilers. We already covered that game. We're good.
Go back a long ways.
Man, I bet our Chrono Trigger... Like, I would hate to listen to our Chrono Trigger episode because I can guarantee you I wouldn't think it's good enough.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way I'd listen to that and be like, man, we fucking nailed
that.
God,
man.
Why didn't we stop the show at Chrono Trigger?
I covered Earthbound perfectly. We're totally fine.
Yes. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've got some questions for you.
All right.
They're very important. The first of which is, if you were to give this game a beard, and I know you can change your answer from sex bench beard to a different beard if you'd like.
Okay.
What kind of beard would you give it?
I would, it was in my head a second ago. I would give this...
The sex bench beard.
I would have to give this the long mustache of Vlad the Impaler.
Oh, all right. Real life Dracula.
Yeah, real life Dracula.
Which proves that Draculas are real, but are vampires. If all Draculas are vampires, then vampires are real. That's how logic works.
That's true. You're right.
If it's a very easy to understand if then.
So yeah, it's because Vlad the Impaler is, I think, extremely interesting, but he's fucking awful.
That's got to be a male porn star's name, right? There has to be a Vlad the Impaler. Like there has to be.
I hope so, yeah.
There has to be. And he has to be like Eastern European. He has to be.
Glad you're Impaler.
Glad you're Impaler? I like that too. That's really good. I like that. You know, you're
Brad the Impaler.
You're like the sorting hat of male porn stars.
That's what my mom calls me.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've got another question for you.
All right.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses, this is our review system, BT dubs. We haven't said that in a long time. We give beards and glasses. Well, Tyler does.
Yeah.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would they be, dog?
Well, because I assume he wore glasses because he was clearly the nerdiest apostle, but I'd have to give it the glasses of Judas Iscariot,
Yeah?
who may also be Dracula. If you've watched the famed Dracula 2000, that is my favorite theory over who Dracula really is.
I think that's a cool theory.
It was a horrible movie, but like
it's
hearing
a cool
the
theory,
breakdown,
though.
I was like, man, that lines up really well. I like that theory a lot.
Yeah, it makes sense why the crucifix would rebuke him.
And the silver, like 30 pieces of silver.
Yes.
Why like God had to make a man condemned to hell from the start, so he made it so he could never die.
Yeah.
I
love it.
I like that theory. Love it.
Also, Lemon from Shining Force 2 could possibly lead Judas.
Yep. man, why didn't I go Lemon's beard?
Lemon's beard. That sounds like a sweet soda, doesn't it? Like, oh man, God, I'm so glad.
I'd have to go Lemon's eyebrows.
Because of the glass. We're doing glasses or what?
Lemon's big bushy eyebrows. They get into his eyes.
That sounds like less of a good soda. I think I'd rather drink Lemon's beard than Lemon's eyebrows. Or like we could do a whole like 30 Rock themed soda line.
Yeah.
How about that?
Whenever I think of lemon soda, it's weird that I think back to a story I read in 3rd grade. It's a Kentucky author, Jesse something.
Okay. I know. Yeah. What it's about? I don't know.
And he wrote a story about like when he was a kid, he got paid. He would gather up paper sacks and like glass bottles and take them back to the general store. And if he brought back so many every week, he'd get 10 cents.
All right.
And with that 10 cents, he would buy like a lemon soda and like a moon pie or something like that. He looked forward to it every week.
Okay.
And one week his mom told him like, I need these paper bags to bring home groceries with next week because we won't have anything. So don't touch these.
Well, that's a conflict right there.
Yep. So he didn't have enough.
He's got a real hard decision.
Exactly. He didn't have enough to get his lemon soda and his moon pie. And he wanted them, so he still took the bags anyway. And on the way home, the lemon soda just didn't taste as good. Tasted bad. He couldn't drink it.
Because he knew that his mom had died from starvation.
Right. He got back and she had died of dysentery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oregon Trail was Kentucky way back then.
Yeah, totally. Also, turns out his mom was Dracula.
It reminds me, because when he drank the lemon soda, his mom was Dracula and killed him.
I bet Dracula's the kind of dude who get real mad about some bags.
I've got these bags holding down Dracula's soul. Don't take the bags. Took the bags, mom becomes Dracula, kills him.
Makes sense. I love it. Written by Jesse something.
Jesse.
My Mom Dracula by Jesse something. You know what's funny?
What?
Fucking Dracula, dude. Dracula has been like just destroyed. Like Dracula's not scary ananymore. Someone needs to make.
Remember
Dracula
when he turned
scary,
Storm
dude.
into a vampire?
Yes. Dracula's like lost it, man.
Remember when he fought Buffy? Yeah, that's all.
Someone needs to do to Dracula what Heath Ledger did to the Joker, and Dracula needs to people need to be like, oh shit, it is Dracula, because right now everyone's like, oh, it's Dracula.
The Castlevania cartoon's doing a decent job.
That is
Yeah.
true. That is true. You're very right. It's doing a decent job.
Yeah.
But I need to see some
real action.
Yes, yeah. Like some real shit.
I want Dracula in Oz, like the prison show Oz.
Oh man, wouldn't it be cool if I've never seen Oz, but I'm imagining in my mind I know I have this vision of what Oz is like, but I've never seen it. But I like the idea of there being this
fucking I binge watched all of it, but man, it hurt my fucking chest. Like that show will instill a fear of prison in you like fucking nothing else, man.
Can you imagine I'm fucking terrified of prison. I'm gonna make it scarier. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be cool to run a horror game in a prison where it's a vampire has just decided it's real easy to eat these people because they cannot get away, and I can just come in as a little gas cloud.
Yep.
Pop up, be like, I'm Dracula, bitch. Latch on, and
I'm down,
and then fly away as a bat.
Or come in as a prisoner, and then you can just leave whenever you want. Just turn into smoke and just fall out the window.
Yeah, and you could play someone could play a prisoner, someone could play a prison guard, someone could play because like the vampire threat unites the prisoners with
everyone's together. Yeah, and of course, even when if he were to just come out and start killing everybody, it's like no one's going to let him out.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
If they all run away, they're all just shot by the towers.
Right. They've got a real shaky alliance, you could say. They got a real shaky alliance with the guards. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've got another question for you, and then 10 more.
Hell yes.
I would like to know, if you were to buy this game on Amazon, how much do you think you'd pay for it? Once again, to remind you what we've been talking about, it's been Castlevania for the NES.
I feel like this had to be a pretty popular game. It was still the first in the series. $11.50.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
Actual retail value of Castlevania for the Nintendo Entertainment System used on Amazon at the time of this recording is $39.90.
Damn.
I'll be honest with you, there were lower ones, but I always go by the one that is featured. The one that has Prime is typically the one that's featured. So the one that has Prime is $39.90. I want you to guess, based on that knowledge, guess how much a new copy of Castlevania is on Amazon at the time of this recording. Keep in mind it's the featured one. It's the one that has Prime shipping.
$400.
$799.99.
Good.
These are the highest prices in the world. Yeah. The reason I do how much is this game on Amazon is do not do retro game collecting on Amazon.
I got one retro game from Amazon and then regretted it when I just did a little bit of research later.
Yeah. It never seems like a good idea. All the prices seem to be really high unless it's a really, really shitty game that no one wants. And then it's the 1 penny or $1 is the equalizer.
Yep. You're right.
Tyler.
Yeah.
I have 10 questions for you.
Love it.
I did not remember to bring the pig or the fish xylophone to signify whether you got answers correct or not, but would you like to play a game?
I would.
I put together a game that I like to call Monster Quiz. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, also that I don't like to ask questions. I like to say statements.
Yeah, it's better.
I'm going to say a statement, and then it's like a word association. You just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. Statement 1. This is a 1987 movie where a young group of monster fanatics attempt to save their hometown from Count Dracula and his monsters.
Shit, I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. Okay. This might help you. This is a famous quote from the movie. Wolfman's got nards.
The Lost Boys?
The Monster Squad.
Okay.
But The Lost Boys is also
I've heard that quote, but I've never heard that title of
the title of the movie.
Yep.
I didn't see Monster Squad as a kid and did not appreciate it as an adult. When it came on Netflix, I was like, oh man, I've heard about this movie all my life. People have been like, yeah, dog, it's like the Goonies. I'm like, yeah, I want more Goonies. And I got 20 minutes in, I was like, this is not the Goonies. This is not the Goonies at all. Statement 2. I just pissed a lot of people off, BT Dubs. We're going to hear about that one on Facebook. Statement 2. The regular flavor of this drink, Tyler, comes in a black can with a green, torn, M-shaped logo.
Monster Energy drink?
Monster Energy, correct. That's a TADPOG staple. I'm actually drinking an Ultra Black right now because I'm a winner. Statement 3. A series of fantasy-themed action role-playing video games developed and published by Capcom that started on the PlayStation 2 in 2004.
Blood Rain?
Your phone. My phone. Let's see if Siri knows.
Published by Capcom that started on the PlayStation 2 in 2004. Have a look.
Oh, she got it wrong, the bitch. Siri, Tyler, the answer to that question is Monster Hunter.
Oh,
And actually, I lied. Siri got it right. I just didn't want her to have the satisfaction. I put her away. Statement 4. Tyler, this is a children's game where you pretend it's raining and then go under a porch and blow your friend.
Oh, Monster Party. Monster Rain is the...
Monster Rain.
Oh, that's a game too?
Yeah, it's a game that you play.
Oh, I thought you were referring to a video. It was also a video game.
No, this is not a video game.
Okay. Monster Rain is the Jim Norton joke.
Yeah, man, it's weird. Every time I played Monster Party, I had to blow somebody. It's totally not. It's totally different from Monster Rain, though.
Man, God, that's another highlight is listening to that Jim Norton book all the way to Albuquerque.
Yes. Yeah. No.
Mostly just for that joke.
The Monster Rain joke.
We all laugh so fucking hard.
Is the fucking best. I'll have a link to. There's actually a bit on Opie and Annie where he talks about Monster Rain.
Awesome.
So it exists on YouTube, and I'll have it in the links to the show notes. Tyler, number 5. This is a plush doll which was first produced by American Greetings, who we all know, famous company, American Greetings, in 1986. The doll had blue fur, horns, a fanged smile, and orange plastic handcuffs.
Oh, Monster in My Pocket? Is that what it's called?
My Pet Monster.
My Pet Monster.
But Monster in My Pocket was also a thing that I loved as a kid. There is an NES game, in case you're wondering. And yes, I would love to cover it.
Yep.
I loved it as a kid, but I guarantee you it's garbage.
I think whenever we get to some of the games we've already done that are on the classic,
you want to do Monster in My Pocket?
Insert some shit like
that. All right,
that.
man, we're going to have so many dick jokes. Like, that is going to be like the best episode for dick jokes. Tyler, Statement 6. An American animated TV series developed by Klasky Supo for Nickelodeon, which focuses on Ickis, Oblina, and Crumb.
Real monsters.
Real monsters. Very good. Bonus, you get bonus points. Spell in Real Monsters.
I feel like it has multiple A's and H's. A-A-A-A-H-H-H, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
It's close. I don't know the answer to it. I just was curious. Statement 7. A series of life simulation role-playing video games developed by Tecmo. The games were arguably best known for how monsters were generated in the game, which was by inserting a CD or a DVD into the game system.
Oh, fuck, man.
Siri she's got an answer.
My web search turns
Oh, she got it right again.
Oh, fuck. Monster Rancher?
Nailed it.
Okay.
Nailed it.
I remember
Nice.
thinking that was such a cool premise, but...
Dude, I had one of those. I can't remember which one it was. And it was fucking crazy. Just like going through every CD and DVD I owned just to see like what little monster like popped up on my TV screen. It's like, oh man, it's like it's kind of a shitty monster. All right, next CD. So that went on forever.
It's a cool premise, yeah.
Tyler, question number 8. Statement number 8. My apologies. A children's picture book published by Little Golden Books in 1971. Do you know it already?
The monster at the end of this book.
The monster at the end of this book.
Fuck
yes, sir. Nailed
yes.
it. That's a good fucking
It is
book.
a good book.
That's a good book.
Man, Grover Glory Days.
Yes. That should be the name of a website. Number 9, Tyler. A phrase used to describe horror, suspense, and science fiction films during the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. These films featured monsters such as The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Phantom of the Opera, Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Invisible Man, The Wolf Man, and Creature from the Black Lagoon.
What's that type of film called?
The phrase used to describe those films. There's a phrase that is used to describe all of them. The monster universe.
Fuck, the Monster Mash.
I like that. That was almost the question. The Monster Mash was almost the question. The Universal Classic Monsters, because those are all Universal movies.
Okay.
Last statement. It's a good one. I love this movie. I'm sure it was garbage. A 1989 American fantasy black comedy film starring, and I've never heard it described that way. This is straight from Wikipedia. Starring Fred Savage as Brian Stevenson, a 6th grader who has recently moved to a new town, and Howie Mandel as Maurice, the monster under the bed.
Fuck. I know what you're talking. I know this. I can't think of the name though. Shit. I don't know. I can't remember. I can picture it in my head, but
do you in your mind picture? It's real fucking good.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
real good.
It's real
It's
fucking
real good.
It's not. I guarantee it. We should rewatch it for Patreon.
My Friendly Monster.
Oh man, that's
My Little Monster.
Oh, you're wiggling your way in there.
Yeah.
You're worming it.
Ugh. 'Cause I feel like it's my pet monster, my friend monster, my monstrous ally. I don't fucking remember.
My friend, the monster. Little monsters.
Little monsters.
You were because you threw little in there. You were like, my little monster. And I was like, oh, he's about to get it. He's about to get it. So there you go. I had 10 more questions. This was going to be a 20-question quiz.
Damn.
And then I was like, nah, let me just get rid of the 10 shitty ones.
I like it. That was good. It took me a few questions to be like, oh, it's all monster something and not about monsters.
Confession, I was like, I'm going to make a Dracula quiz. And then I was like, have I done a Dracula quiz? I think I have. And I was like, better make a monster quiz. All of the ones that I cut were like, you would have gotten. Like, the answers are like Monster Mash, Monster in My Pocket. It's like every answer that you said for something that was wrong. Yes, exactly. I made a draft of a quiz, and then I just ran over it again. I was like, let me pick the cherries here. There.
Good shit. Thank you.
Thank you.
I enjoyed that.
So this game belongs on the NES Classic?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Is that the thing?
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
If I were to pick 30 games over the entire NES library, this is definitely on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
30 games, yeah, I'm with you for sure. Yeah.
Because I know they were very limited in what they could put on there, I feel like with licensing restrictions, but like this is one that would, fucking throw it on there.
I didn't even really talk about, I think the game looks great for an NES game too.
Mm-hmm. And the music?
The music is amazing.
Man.
I mean, it is like, it's really good. And there's actually a band called Vomitron that has a track called Castlevania. It's like 10 and a half minutes long. It's a medley of all of the songs from Castlevania. It's really good. If I can find it on YouTube, I'll have a link in the show notes. If I can't, it's on Spotify if you want to look it up. It's really, really good.
Sounds good to me.
It's metal essentially, which is like not my preferred genre, but like it's amazing how quickly I like metal when it's video game music.
Oh yeah, yeah, man.
Because it's like
100%.
man.
I get you,
Yeah.
man. I fucking get it. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and YouTube. Next week, more NES, more we should be doing.
Do you want to do the next one up alphabetically as a game I don't want to play?
What's that?
Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest.
Ah.
So, I mean, maybe. You're looking at me
I'm
like,
down to do it.
Yeah. You're looking at me with concern.
I'm about to say, if you don't want to do it, I want to be like, yeah.
No.
But like, I'll play it with a fucking guide right in front of me every step of the way.
No, I'm let's go ahead and do it. Or, and honestly, I had a little hesitation there because I do at some point want to do Crypt of the Necrodancer, and I don't know when we can get that scheduled, but I'd like to squeeze that in somewhere if we could.
I think instead of like just doing a gamut of Castlevania, like if we could fit one in there somewhere, break up the Castlevania,
and
I'm down.
Isn't like, how long is Simon's Quest? Like, it can be a really long game, right?
I think it can be. I think you can also beat it 45 minutes. I feel like somebody said.
Because okay, let me explain why I don't want to play it. Or why I'm not looking forward to playing it. I will play it, obviously, for the show. And I'll stream it. I'll be frustrated and everyone can have a good laugh. But I have heard that game is impossible to play just straight out of the box.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember just trying to play it, and it's so fucking obtuse that I don't understand how you do it.
So that's why I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, like you have to I think it'd be fun to play in Twitch, with everybody helping you and shit like that. That'll be a fun way to experience it. But other than that, no.
All right. Well, so there we go. We'll be doing that in the future.
Yeah.
We'll do something. There'll be an episode.
Something, yeah. Something necromancy based, be it Castlevania or Crypt of the Necromancer.
Oh, okay. I
something
like
with
it.
the dead
Or Tales from the Crypt.
There you go.
There's probably a Tales from the Crypt video game.
There has to be.
Oh,
yeah.
God, that's got to be awful.
Oh, it's got to be.
And if there isn't a Tales from the Crypt,
its existence proves it that it's awful.
You're right. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. It's self-evident.
Let's see.
Future civilizations are actually going to be built around containing the original copy of Tales from the Crypt video game, whatever it came out on. Probably Sega Genesis. It feels like it'd be a Sega Genesis game.
Yeah, it does.
Or a Master System.
Man, it really does. 'Cause I can see like a shitty the shitty tinny noise of like the Genesis trying to play that theme, but you just see like a shadowy of the Crypt Keeper's face.
Yeah.
Come on into my home. and then there's like a doorway and two like pillars. Down from the cribs.
Yes, totally.
Start options. Let's see. Hey, do you want to be like Ross Rachel Green? Because that's his title. I'll figure it out. Thank you again for sending that a very, very long way.
Yes,
a very long way.
I feel like we didn't really thank you. Did we? I hope we didn't wait till the very end.
We were blown away by how bad the
Twiglets were. I mean, these things are so fucking bad. Can you imagine if we would have eaten these first? I would have been like, I'm not eating any of this
package.
shit. Yeah. Like, where's the fucking garbage?
He's trying to kill us.
Yeah.
So if you want to send us something, send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. Hey, you like TADPOG? You want a TADPOG shirt? You go to Amazon, you get you a TADPOG shirt.
They exist there.
They're there.
People are still buying them, and I love it. Thank you for buying TADPOG shirts.
Incredible.
We do have a phone number.
We do.
We have not been I have not been checking that phone number. That's not a thing that we typically do. That is a me responsibility. I haven't checked it in a while. But if you want to call us anyway, you can at 270-883-2555. That is our phone number, right?
Yep.
Great. We also have a Twitch channel, like I mentioned earlier. I did stream Castlevania and did not get past death, or as he's called in the manual, Grim Reaper. I also have been streaming Mario plus Rabbids still. If you want to check that out, come hang out. I've been playing like Thursday through Monday at 10:30 Central. Come in and hang out. It's been a lot of fun. Also, I would love to take a moment to thank some of the people who have subscribed to the Twitch channel. This is a thing that you can do for free if you do have an Amazon Prime account. You do have to sign up for a Twitch account in order to do it. But I definitely want to thank Optimus Glines, Adimski 13, A Different 580, What's Paul Playing Today, Josh ATC, Jack of Ziggy Moons, Citizen Ryan 82, Grooves Games, Dan Rocks Your Socks, Wayward Cross Comics, Phil Hawkins 7, Face Full of Alien Winglong, Mr. Pig, Sith Toast, Catchpenny Gaming, Kefka Time, Purdue _18, Eggard, which is actually Egg3RD, BR Man 85. So, guys, thanks for subscribing and thanks for hanging out with me on Twitch. It really does make gaming is like a real hobby for me now. Like for a while, like it kind of dwindled off, and then when we were doing this show, it picked up a little bit. And then Henry was born, and it died down a little bit again.
Yep.
And then now he's old enough to sleep through the night. So it's like video gaming's like a legit hobby now.
Yeah.
And Twitch makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah, I bet it does.
We also have a Patreon. If you want to go to patreon.com/tadpog, there have been some wonderful people. Everybody who donates on there is fucking fantastic. We got a new donation in. I would love to thank Paul Anderson for his donation. Thank you very much. And it is a sizable donation. So thank you very, very much. I have not unmarked Tyler Rasengan yet, so I'll also like to thank him again. We do have a bonus episode on Patreon for the Netflix Castlevania series.
Yep.
So if you liked hearing us talk about fucking wall meat and our theories on who Dracula is, there's more stuff kind of like that on Patreon. There's a shitload of bonus episodes on there.
You could watch us for the first time.
Yes, because we've got a video of us on there now.
So if you want to see us as not cartoons.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. You could do that all for a fucking $1.
Yep.
$1 a month.
Yep.
That's it. All right. There's my spiel.
Anything else? We have an Instagram, TADPOG_podcast. It's kind of dead. Sorry. I've got a lot of shit. I do have plenty of stuff to post on there. I just need to actually do it.
Do you have the app on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
No, it'd be super easy.
Oh, okay. No,
I went to upload, because of course my anniversary was last week. And I went to
upload Sex Bitch. Yeah, you have to do Sex Bitch now on Instagram.
You're right, I do. Well, I went to I opened up Instagram and I was like, what can I post? When I hit the picture button, you get the 9 pictures pop up you can post. All of my dick. And I was like, oh yeah, it's anniversary week. That's all I've been taking pictures of. Happy anniversary, honey. Well, I'm going to minimize that before I post something.
It's a deluge of dicks. I can't help but think of the gif with the woman getting hit in the face with all those hot dogs.
Let's see. Well, our Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. Leave that track down in the show notes at tadpog.com.
Yeah.
How would you close this out, Dave?
Like our favorite character from Frasier, but they're a vampire now.
Okay. So until next time.
Capricorn. Vampire.
Vampire. Eddie Vampire. Woof, woof. There's content there. There's like a story, and you can play the game, and you can understand what's going on, like the entire way through.
Do me a favor. I didn't listen to a damn thing you just said. There is a switch on your microphone. Make sure that switch is on.